Today, we're diving into a crucial case that could reshape the landscape of transgender rights in the United States. On December 4th, the U.S. Supreme Court heard oral arguments in United States v. Skrmetti, a pivotal case challenging a Tennessee law that prohibits gender-affirming medical care for minors. This includes treatments like puberty blockers and hormone therapy. While this law specifically targets youth, the state's arguments could potentially extend to banning such care for adults as well. Chief Justice John Roberts and other conservative justices seemed inclined to uphold this law, which could signal significant changes to constitutional protections against sex-based discrimination. Let's break it down. Several conservative justices, including Roberts, Alito, Thomas, Kavanaugh, and Barrett, expressed support for a so-called medical carve-out. This idea suggests that medical issues should be deferred to state lawmakers rather than be subjected to traditional heightened scrutiny applied in sex discrimination cases. Roberts argued that judges lack the expertise to make medical decisions, and Barrett questioned whether heightened scrutiny has ever been applied to medical judgments. Critics argue that this approach could weaken protections for women and LGBTQ+ individuals by narrowing constitutional safeguards. Now let's talk about the tensions over established precedent. The crux of the case is whether Tennessee's law improperly classifies individuals by sex. Under United States v. Virginia in 1996, all sex-based classifications are subject to heightened scrutiny, assuming such laws are unconstitutional unless proven otherwise. However, many justices hinted at departing from this precedent, showing openness to limiting its scope. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson voiced concern over eroding the bedrock principles of anti-discrimination law, warning against creating broader exceptions. But the implications of this case go beyond transgender rights. Legal experts warn that a ruling in favor of Tennessee could weaken constitutional standards protecting against sex-based and potentially race-based discrimination. Critics, including the Biden administration and the ACLU, are concerned about possible rollbacks of protections under the guise of medical policy. While we won't see a final decision until June 2025, the arguments suggest a likely victory for Tennessee, with potential consequences extending well beyond transgender rights. This case is one to watch closely, as its outcome could have far-reaching effects on anti-discrimination laws in the United States. For more Christian news, subscribe to our newsletter,